Good evening. Let's look at this question on the board. 50 centimeter cubes of carbon 2 oxide was exploded with 150 centimeter cube of air containing 20% oxygen by volume. Which of the reactants was in excess? So this problem is an application of GayLussac's law. GayLussac's law of combining volume, which states that when gases react, they do so in volumes. So when gases react, they do so in volumes which bear a simple ratio to one another and to the volume of the product if gaseous. Or is it saying that when gases react, they do so in volumes, and these volumes bear simple ratio to one another and then to the volume of the product if gaseous. So that is the application. This is the application of that Gay-Lussac's law. In this, we have the reaction between two gases, carbon dioxide and then air. So the active component of the air that is responsible for the explosion, that is required for this reaction to react with carbon dioxide, is the oxygen. But what was supplied is air, not pure oxygen. So we have 150 centimeter cube of air supplied. Then that is, we have a volume of carbon dioxide that was exploded is 50 cm cube. Then we have the volume of air supplied is 150 cm cube. Then, like I mentioned, oxygen is what is required in the air. Then the volume of oxygen is not mentioned, but that of air. It can be calculated using the percentage. So oxygen is said to be 20% by volume of the air. So if you have 150 cm cube of the air, then it implies that volume of oxygen in air will be 20% of the volume of air. So this, if we do, we should have 20 or 100 multiplied by 150. 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0. So we should have 30 cm of oxygen. So was actually supplied, was present in the reaction. Now the question is, which of the reactants was in excess? So between carbon dioxide and oxygen, they react to form carbon dioxide. This is the product of the explosion. Carbon dioxide reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. If you balance, you put two here, you put two here. So this is the equation of the reactions. Then the question is, if 50 centimeter cube of CO is supplied and 30 centimeter cube of oxygen is supplied, so which of them is in excess? So how do we do that? How do we know that? So by Gay-Lussac's law, 2 moles of CO implies 2 volumes. Implies that we need 2 volumes of CO. Then 1 mole of oxygen implies 1 volume. And carbon dioxide, since it is also a gas, since the product is also a gas, then 2 volumes. So meaning 2 volumes, 2 volumes of CO or carbon dioxide requires 1 volume of oxygen to produce 2 volumes of carbon dioxide. So that is to say that, for instance, if we have 20 cm cube of this, then we need 10 cm cube of this to produce 20 cm cube of this. So the ratio now is 2 to 1, then to 2 of the product. So for every volume of this required, twice of this is required. Or for every of this required, half of it is required. So what was supplied? If you now look at what was supplied, we are supplied with 50 cm cube of CO. So which means it should require half of it, 25 cm cube of oxygen by this ratio to give us 50 cm cube of carbon dioxide. So from here it is obvious that what is in excess is oxygen, because what is required is 25, but what is present is 30. So excess now is oxygen. The excess reactant is now is oxygen. So we have excess of oxygen by how much? By 30 minus 25 cm cube, which is what? By 5 cm cube. So oxygen is present in excess. Otherwise, if actually 30 cm cube of oxygen had reacted, then we would have required 60 of this. But what was supplied was 50 of this. So meaning 25 cm cube will be required to, you know, combust this, and then 5 cm cube will be excess. So left with the residual, gas residue. So this answer the question. Oxygen is the reactant in excess, and it is in excess by 5 centimeter cube. Yeah, thank you.